Anybody else?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we have the gospel according to St. John, but then we have 1 John, 2 John, 3 John.
I call it Little John 1, Little John 2, Little John 3.
Are they both the same person?
Yes.
Okay.
John, now John the Baptist is different, but St. John wrote the book of John, and what you'll see is the book that when he wrote the Gospel of John, what he did was the first three Gospels were written soon after Jesus died, and there's also believed that they used one of the codexes, which is a little thing that already had the works of God. Somebody had written, like maybe one of those guys wrote, this is a list like the moves of God or what Jesus did, and then they just went in and put their own personality with it. You know, Matthew shows him as the king, Mark shows him as the suffering servant, and Luke shows him as a physician, you know, and all the stuff he can do. Mark was actually written by Peter, and Mark wrote down what Peter said. And so the book of Mark is, you could say, is also the book of St. Peter, or Simon Peter. And the difference is, Matthew was writing to Jews, and so he puts all of the ceremonies and all this stuff. Mark is writing to the Gentiles, and so he don't put all that stuff. And it's a short book. It's fast, action, get with it. Plus you got Peter, who he was a man's man. He was a fisherman. He didn't play around, right? Then John comes along at the end of the first century and goes, you know what? I know that the Bible says if all the books were written, that of the stuff he did, all the books couldn't contain it. But I'm going to write down some more stuff that he did.
Is this all John the Baptist?
No, it's not
No.
John the Baptist. John the Baptist came before Jesus. John the Baptist was actually Jesus' cousin.
Yeah.
Okay, John the Baptist came, he was killed. He was killed to get out of the way so Jesus could, when his ministry was through, God allowed him to be martyred so that Jesus could go ahead. Because if John the Baptist had not have been martyred, then Jesus could not have had as much influence as he had, because John the Baptist still had the influence that he had. Just like when Moses died going to the promised land. If Moses had not have died, then Joshua would not have had the influence that he had. So there is times where God allows opening and closing of chapters in your life, just so the influence of other things can actually come on and the influence of others can be diminished. Okay? Now, so John the Baptist, Herodias had him killed. Now, you got John the Apostle. He was a fisherman. He was rugged. He was called in Mark 3:17 the sons of thunder, because they had such a bad attitude, bad upstanding temper. But if you look in the book of John, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, am I confusing you?
No.
I'm hoping I'm not, because I kind of went on a bunny rabbit.
I was wondering if that was kind of the same question that she had asked.
If I answered the
about
question, I'm
John.
trying to get to it. Did I get to
I'm
it?
not sure.
Okay, I just stopped. I was just going through a little history lesson. Here we go. John the Apostle. Okay? John the Apostle wrote the book of John.
Is that John the Baptist?
No.
No.
No, he's the apostle.
Still isn't.
John the Baptist is not one of the apostles.
Okay.
Right. And the epistles were the wives of the apostles.
Please stop.
Don't quit saying that. Somebody might believe.
Okay. John the Baptist led the way for Jesus. He started it.
And
He died the way. He died.
And he died at the beginning of
Right.
Jesus' ministry.
He died at the beginning of Jesus' ministry. Jesus called John. He's one of the first apostles called. Him and Peter and James and Nathaniel. They were some of the first ones called. Okay? Now, John, though, was a very rugged man. When he wrote the book of John, he's calming down. And when he first started, he couldn't have written the book of John because he was such a wild man. He was a bad dude. I mean, he said, Lord, when they wouldn't accept him, he said, Lord, call fire down from heaven and burn them rascals. Let's have a Samaritan barbecue. So toward the end of his life, he became the apostle of love. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John are epistles that he wrote to churches. And the difference in the Gospel of John and the epistles of John, the Gospel of John was about Jesus and his life. The epistles are how to handle yourself.
Okay.
Does that make better sense now?
Yes.
I got all off on a bunny teaching trail.